Hi guys, this is Srinivas Gattani again. Today is 26th of February 2025 and a lot is going on in America. Um, the, the advances in finding efficiencies across various government departments is in full swing. So let's discuss what all has happened in the previous 2 to 3 days. So before let's have a look at this video as the first talking point. He's Mr. Mike Johnson. He's the Speaker of the House, and he's talking about Elon and DOGE. Take a listen.
Elon is in the middle. He's gotten into the belly of the beast, and I met with him a couple weeks ago at his office, Monday before last, and he was explaining to me what he's doing, and he and I got increasingly excited as we were going through this, and I said, man, look, I know you're excited because you think of this as a scientist and a data analyst. I think of it as a constitutional law attorney and a historian. Elon, what we're going to do here is restore the original intent of the framers of the Constitution, because they envisioned a small, efficient federal government. Remember, most of the power is pushed down to the states, right? Because that's important for maintaining the checks and balances and all the rest of the things we need. But they wanted a federal government that was small and efficient and effective and accountable. And the accountability piece will be ensured by the duly elected representatives of the people and the Congress who could have oversight. The problem is, for decades, as we know, we haven't been able to do that job well, because even though we requested the data and requested the insight, it was hidden. But Elon has cracked the code. He is now inside the agencies. He's created these algorithms that are constantly crawling through the data, and as he told me in his office, the data doesn't lie. We're going to be able to get the information. We're going to be able to transform the way the federal government works at the end of this, and that is a very exciting prospect. It is truly a revolutionary moment for the nation.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there. So first point is that he said people see Elon as a scientist and a technocrat and a businessman, but Mike Johnson sees this as a constitutional law attorney and a historian of some sorts. So this is a very important point. This is what makes Elon click, and he has an absolute clarity and the bird's eye view of what exactly is going on, and then he also knows how organizations work, because he has created a bunch of organizations. He have been through this grind, creating smaller organizations and running bigger organizations as well. He knows where the inefficiencies are. Now the US government is a very old institution, and which has been like rehashed multiple times over the last 200, 300 years. So as any huge and old organization, at the end of a cycle, or after every 50 to 60 or 70 years, it becomes bloated, and it becomes increasingly ineffective, inefficient, and people do what they want, start doing, and then none of them have a real idea of where they are heading towards, and are they delivering any value, or are they doing what they are supposed to. So yeah, a jolt was already in the making. And it had to be a top-down jolt, and that too in a controlled fashion, which will be effective and made sure that there is an upgrade for the future. So you needed some kind of a technocrat to undertake it, and Elon is the guy who has this constitutional law attorney mindset, as well as a historian understanding of histories of various places, particularly in the West. And then he has got a compass where he wants to steer and bring greatness back to the society of the West. So that's a really key point. The second point, which Mike talked about, is that this is a very historic moment, okay, and where they are trying to push the powers to the states and have the minimum amount of government at the federal level, because a centralized government which was heavy, deep into corruptions, have lost its direction is penalizing its own people, eating into the next generation, be it financially, be it morally, or be it socially, has lost all credibility and cause and everything. So the rot is deep, and rightfully it is called the swamp. So in the process of draining the swamp, the efficiency, it means there is a process to how you do it. So first, the people who are sitting in the power offices have to be jolted, and the best way of doing this is to bring about efficiencies. So start questioning them about efficiencies, which exactly DOGE is doing in a technical fashion. And then, as Mike mentioned, Elon's team, the DOGE team, which we have talked about multiple times, is pretty young and pretty savvy at electronics, like software and technology. They have found all the use cases across the department. They have built data crawlers which are crawling onto the various systems available into on the various departments. And then for each department, they are trying to find inefficiencies. There is a DOGE website which we had a look at yesterday, and you see, this is a fantastic. They have done a fantastic job in finding out wall of receipts. Basically, they have receipts of every spend which is being made, and then the savings across every receipt which they now are able to make. Then they have tracked all sorts of expenditures across the departments. They have talked about deficit at the bottom, and then which gives people a clear idea of how big the issue is. They are also accounted for the entire workforce of the US government. So there are about 2.2 million people in headcount reportedly when DOGE started. And then, Elon asked everybody to send 5 bullet points on what they did last week. It felt like an outrageous thing, and then there's a lot of huge hue and cry in the media, and the leftist forces are really talking, who's Elon to ask us? Elon is not my boss, this and that and this. But it's a genius move, because it seems there are a lot of people who are not in the system, but who are head counted here in the government, and they are somebody is getting salaries paid into bank accounts in their name. It's a very interesting thing that there are ghost people, nobody is up there, and somebody is getting salaries credited into their bank accounts. And then there are a lot of people who are present, but they are not doing anything. They don't know what they're doing and all. And then they still are getting salaries, and they don't know how to log in and write an email, and there are very interesting things which are happening. So this video prompted me to, I mean, it has summed up the situation very efficiently, actually. That if really the deficits have to be brought down, the jolt has to be there for a longer duration. And so, as we all know, that DOGE has been commissioned uh, till the 4th of July 2026, and then by that time, $1 trillion to $2 trillion of efficiencies, if they can be brought around with a continued push and a stress created on all departments to to set up and start doing what they are supposed to, and if they are outdated, they need to be pushed away, and all sorts of other fat agendas which the government doesn't need, the people have not mandated for, should be simply curbed out. So it's a sea change. Yesterday, there's one more thing which happened. Um some
There are
100
tax.
odd intelligence officials were purged, were terminated, because they were sexting and talking abuse on the private NSA network. Uh, so this decision, this jolt, just came in within 2 days, and these people are now terminated. They are not serving any purpose, or they are not they are not aligned with the upgrade of the department of the government processes. So the efficiency program is running pretty nice actually, and let's see where do we get from here. Thank you. I'll keep posting more videos, and as and when I am able to understand and find something unique to talk about, do let me know about your feedback. Thank you so much.